Blackness than darkness. Hey there, everyone!
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Gauntlet, where we go over everything esports news. I'm your host, Captain Zeus, followed by my co-host JT and Novaverse, and today we're going to be going over Week 5 matchups of the Overwatch League. A lot of good stuff going on. In Day 1, we have Toronto versus Florida, Paris versus Houston, Boston versus Washington, and then on Day 2, we have Paris versus Philly, New York versus Washington, Boston versus Atlanta. And JT, I swear if you don't stop mocking me, I'm going to go over to your house and hit you. Speaking of hitting, I think Florida for Day 1 on this matchup against Toronto is going to demolish Toronto. I do. I think that Florida has a lot more potential, especially because Toronto, as you like to have stated, JT, hasn't won a single game since the first week, whereas Florida has at least won some games. Granted, it was like against Houston, but I mean, they still won something. Whereas, didn't Toronto lose against Houston? I don't know. This is something I remember from last week. Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Toronto's losing this week, but I think it's going to be a close game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 3-2 either way. Like, in all honesty, I think Toronto came in with a lot of steam.
Choo-choo.
Ran out of fuel in 1 week.
Yeah. They got hyped up.
With their luggage.
I can't believe you just said that.
We're done with luggage.
I know. As soon as you said luggage, you lost me. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I think Florida. I don't think it'll be a 3-2, though. I think Florida's going to win it 3-1.
Really?
Yeah, I know Toronto's going to take at least a map off, but I don't think it'll be like that. I mean, the 3-1, it could still be close, but I think it'll just be a 3-1 in the final result.
Wait, and by 3-1, you mean 3-2, because they're going to take 2 matches. I just want to make sure.
No. I meant 3-1.
I think you have a... Are you sure you're not going into a coma?
Is this working? No, but you can hear me, right? You can hear me, right, Nova?
Oh, yeah, glitched it.
Yeah, so, yeah, 3-1.
Oh,
That's what I said.
What did he say? 3-2?
Well, I think.
Okay.
I don't want to have 2 Christmases!
What?
What is going on?
I'm so confused.
I don't want to talk about Toronto. That's
Okay.
basically what's going on here.
Okay, we'll move on from that matchup. The other one, I know there's Paris versus Houston, which isn't even much.
Let's talk about that
There's
matchup.
nothing to talk about.
Yes,
Paris is going to win that one easily.
Okay. I thought you were going to be in denial and tell me Houston was good again.
Look, I love Houston and all. Well, now I love them. I didn't love them before last week.
Man, you're like...
I have a love-hate
hot
relationship with Houston right now. We're working on things. We're working on things.
Every week you're like, everyone should be fired. Have you seen all the all-stars on our team? I want to put them all up for MVP. What?
I would put Blase up or Linkser for MVP.
You just told them they should lose their jobs.
But they did it. They proved me wrong. They proved why they should have their jobs. But even though they won against Toronto, I don't even think they'll take a map off of Paris.
Okay, so are you saying if they don't win a single match, they should all lose their jobs? Is that the statement you're making?
If they lose every single match from here on out, yeah, they should all lose their jobs.
No, this week.
Oh, just this week?
How upset are you going to be when they don't lose a single match?
I mean, they're only playing
I'm sorry,
Paris.
win a single match. Yeah, and they're going to lose every single match.
Well, yeah, it's expected. So if they go up against Boston again, or like,
Oh, so all the bottom feeder teams.
yeah, if they go up against the bottom feeder ones, then yeah, we could talk about that.
You're the strangest fan of a team I've ever met.
But I am a fan nonetheless. Please sponsor me.
God, no.
You know what? Let's talk about Washington. Let's talk about an actual good team. Washington-Boston should be a fun little matchup.
I was like, which good team? Because didn't Washington lose? Anyways,
they're still a good team.
that's true. I mean, they're not bad. They're not as good as we hoped them to be.
I think Washington wins this. I think it's a
easily.
3-1. I think Boston takes a match.
No, I disagree. I think Boston is ready to get out their shell.
Oh,
and face off against Washington in their homestead. I think it's a great opportunity.
And I believe this week is called Battle for the East Coast as well.
Okay,
so.
you probably don't know this, but Boston is actually ninth in the league right now.
This is a true statement.
Overwatch ranking.
In the
Yes.
Overwatch
Out of
ranking.
the 14 teams that have played, because
Exactly.
like 6 of them are gone, so they're
Well,
bottom 3.
They only played 3 games though. I will admit right now the rankings are really bad because like San Francisco has only played 1 game. Like
They're top 10. There's only 11 teams that have played. Top 10.
Hey, but top 10
Hey.
sounds nice, man.
only winning 1-2 records is not terrible.
I'm not
That's
saying
what I'm
Boston's
just saying.
terrible. They're not
But-
the worst in the league. That's
But
Houston.
I still think Boston has the potential to go against Washington and beat them in the homestead. That sounds amazing, and that would be a great story to hype them back up.
Tell
Get
the
them up to
grandkids.
rankings. Like, okay, like my boy Swimmer is doing a phenomenal job, to be honest. 24th in healing in the whole league, doing a great job right there. And then we just recruited Halo, another support, to help switch it out with Swimmer. So that's also good right there for you. Jerry has been doing phenomenal as a DPS role.
Jerry has been great, though. I can admit that.
Jerry-
Jerry is freak. He's like one of the all-star rookies coming into this. Man,
Underrated,
Glister.
like
Those two have been freaking crazy.
yeah, like underrated. Like not a lot of people talk about him, but Jerry's been doing phenomenal for Boston.
Oh, frick yeah.
I agree.
And so I think Boston's time to shine.
I don't think they're winning this, but I think they will pick the match.
I
They
think
hit
it'll
on
be a
select-
close one.
I think it's going to be a great match, and
I
Boston.
think it would be 3-1 with a close game. Yeah,
Mhm.
3-1 with a close game. I don't think they'll take the second game, but I think it would be close. Maybe a draw.
Maybe we'll
Like-
get Game 7 again.
I'm not doubting that Washington is a good team, but I'm honestly gonna think like Washington. They were able to compete against Philadelphia, who is #1 in the rankings right now. So I'll
Philly's
give
pretty
what
dominant.
3-2. I'll give it 3-2. Boston winning.
Isn't
I
Jerry
think it'll be
play-
3-2 either way.
Jerry mains McCree, right?
Typically.
Possibly. Yeah.
Typically. Oh.
So what's he gonna do now that it's banned?
I mean, like I
Reaper.
Where
there you
is he
I'm gonna
now?
I'm always gonna have to go to the same quote I say in almost every single video.
Here we go. Here
If
we
a
go.
player is a one-trick pony and only plays one hero and says, "Damn, I can't play this anymore," then you need to hit the bench. If that happens to Jerry, which I doubt that's gonna happen, like, oh my god, my recruit is gone, then I mean, he needs to sit back. I'm not saying sit on the bench, but he need to chill back, analyze his DPS role.
I got a question real quick.
I get to speak.
But it's a quick question.
It's all 3 of us. We all get to speak.
This is a true statement. Is Corey the Tom to Boston's Jerry?
Could you just leave?
Yeah, we're done.
I quit.
That flew past like almost like everyone's head.
I'm done.
Like maybe JT would get it. He's a seasoned.
You call me an old man.
I said seasoned.
He just called you old.
Season does not mean old.
He said he would get it. He
Just
says pauses
Ancient.
seasoned.
The ancient one.
he's
The wise
been
from the
cooked
temple.
for a while.
Okay, so he's cooked for a while. I'm not even going there. Okay. So you said that if a pro player cannot play on multiple things, they should be benched, right? Let me pose you a question. Okay, so if you're saying that statement, it should cross over to basketball. Real quick example, everyone knows this person.
I don't.
Let's say Shaq is no longer allowed to shoot from under the rim, and he's only allowed to shoot free throws and 3-pointers. He's on the bench now, and not one of the
He's
most
retired.
legendary players of all time. Are you kidding me?
That
What
does
kind of
not count.
argument is
He's
That does
retired,
not
dude.
count because
He's
he still fits underneath the role of DPS. That means there is a whole variety of heroes in the
There's
DPS
whole-
category.
court to shoot from? There's a full court shot all the way
Okay, well,
to
if we're saying
under
that,
fast-
then shit, yeah, Shaq does need to work on his stuff.
He's
I don't know
one of
why
the best
Shaq
players
is in
ever.
this conversation.
He's Hall of Fame.
Well, then, okay, if you're literally
so
doing
just
that to
'cause I
Shaq,
can-
then that applies
Okay.
to everyone.
Okay, let's
Just because
calm
I'm the
down.
most
Calm
legendary
down.
player.
I need
on
everybody
a-
to calm down. Let's tone it down a little bit, okay? I think we've had enough of this talk here. Good
Just
Lord.
want to put that point out there.
Okay, we got the points.
I'm
Everyone's
gonna
on-
keep on pointing that out
Okay,
because
okay,
it's
hey,
a true.
How about you point out some points about Philadelphia?
I would love to.
Mac-
That's a great-
5-0. Okay, 5-0.
True.
First in the
That's
league. I
also
mean,
true.
and in their roster, almost everyone is top 20 ranked in the Overwatch League in some category. Like it's ridiculous. Like Carpe is above 20 in 3 categories: final blows, hero damage, and solo kills. 3rd in solo kills actually. And we already talked about Carpe enough. I mean, he's a household name now.
Who?
To be honest. Did you just say who? Who? Oh my gosh.
Who?
Oh, the MVP guy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
there's
all the
so
The headshotter. Oh,
The guy
yeah,
you
him.
keep sending all those highlights of? Oh, that guy.
Oh yeah, I love
forgot about
Carpe highlights. I mean, amazing.
But I have a
Fall
question
asleep
for
watching
you, Nova.
highlights.
Go on ahead.
Are
And
they
if it's
French,
about
though?
Oh, I was about to say.
But are they French,
about
though?
I'm a Korean Widowmaker. Are they French though? No. They
So they're
don't
gonna
need
lose.
to be French. What?
Easy. That's my argument.
Okay, just so I understand the argument here.
Mhm.
Zeus, you're saying they're going to get a baguette and beat Philadelphia with it.
I think this can go to
You're
game
saying
5, and
Philly-
Paris will beat Philly
No.
3-2.
No.
Or game 7. Hopefully game 7. That'll be a lot
No.
more.
Good God Almighty. It would never go to a game 7.
Game 7. Come on, baby.
I'm
You're
gonna
just
give
saying I have to watch them all.
Yeah.
3-1 Philadelphia. I'm giving Paris the benefit of the doubt because they have been doing fairly good this season. But other than that, no. Paris, good luck against Philly.
I agree.
Okay.
It's not even a question.
It kind of is, though. But
Paris is losing this one. I'm sorry.
I think that Paris has the ability to beat Philly.
Honestly,
I do
believe
too.
that. I believe that if they can work on the little things, like stop trying to do solo plays and timing ults correctly, that they have the potential to beat Philly. Philly is great. Like, don't get me wrong. They have a lot of good talent on there. Carpe, Sato, a lot of great team players on there. But, I mean, so does Paris. Even though Paris, they play against, every now and then they'll play against a top-ish tier team. They'll play a lot of middle tier teams, so no one really looks at them that much. But they have a lot of good potential on there. I think that I'm not saying that it's going to be a sweep or a 3-1. Not by any chance. Paris has a long road ahead of them, but I think they can beat Philly.
I agree. And here's the scenario I see them beating them.
got him.
Okay. So Philadelphia misses their plane and misses the match. I
Oh
think
my
that's-
freaking goodness. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
See,
3-1.
yeah.
But look
okay.
at this, though.
It's a
There's
Philadelphia
McCree, Widowmaker, and Reinhardt banned this week, man.
And Philadelphia has some crazy players.
Right, but a lot of their
that
highlights are
Paris is
from
the
those 3 characters alone. So how is Philly going to fare against Paris that really don't use those characters that much?
You have a very interesting idea about characters. Just because one person is, if someone's good at one character, they're probably good at multiple. They're not just gonna be like, let's play 8 characters for funsies.
Okay, but then you have to think of the matchup. If they're not good on a certain map, and that's why a lot of them only play one character, because they're really good at that character, either on that specific map or in general. Since that character's banned, they don't play this secondary character as much, so they're not going to be as good, which is why I think as well this week Paris can beat Philly.
See, the thing is, though, you're saying he's good with this character. What if, I don't know, he's just a good player? and who can play multiple characters. That's another option right there. The only reason they've been playing McCree and Widowmaker is, I don't know, they're good in the game. That's hence why they got banned. So, I mean,
well, they got banned by random choice, though.
Taking them away, but guess what? Taking them away, okay, random choice. But taking them away, this just means that Carpe, Sado, Alarm, like they can highlight new characters that they're good with, and then we could talk about phenomenal highlights from Carpe when he plays, I don't know, Reaper or Hanzo, because that's another sniper character.
It's true.
Right there. You know what I mean? And honestly, if I'm Paris, I would honestly just take the Houston win. Just take the Houston win this week and just pray to God Philadelphia does not beat the living you-know-what's out of Paris.
I think, like I said,
it's
it's going to be a hard matchup to go against. I'm not saying Philly's not good. They're great. They've proven it otherwise. I think Paris can beat them, especially because the hero ban is going to play against Philly. So Paris is going to be at a little bit of an advantage on that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to be
Paris
like
hit just as hard though.
Well, they'll be hit by it with the Reinhardt, definitely, but they're not going to be hit as hard as Philly, because a lot of times Philly gets dubs is because of Carpe and Alarm using McCree, Widowmaker, or whatever, opening those holes. Since they can't open those holes with those characters, like what are they going to do? Sure, they have Hanzo. Sure, they have all the
he does not want to listen anymore. Let me highlight this though.
That's the thing.
Let me highlight this though. Paris, you're saying, what's it called? Paris is going to have an advantage because Philadelphia don't got their Reinhardt or the McCree or Widowmaker. But think of this. Paris at a disadvantage because they have only seen Reinhardt, McCree, and Widowmaker plays. And Carpe and Sado get to play new characters. Guess what, Paris? You never seen them play new characters. You're running into trouble because you're gonna be like, "What's in the chat? What's and Carpe killing him with Hanzo or Reaper, and then freaking Winston just hopping in, Sado just tasering people. Exactly, they ain't gonna expect not a dang thing because they have not seen anything, because they've only seen the Reinhardt, Hanzo, and Widowmaker plays, and that's why Paris is actually at a disadvantage because of this hero pool.
I can agree to that, but like I said, I still think Paris could win. I still think Paris could win.
Case closed.
Case closed. We did it. Yep. I had to take my headphones off because you were making some moronic.
It was legitimate arguments. You're such a hater. You know, whatever.
Thank you for agreeing with us.
Whatever.
Move on. Nope, move on.
New matchup here. There's New York, Washington.
What? This is gonna be a fun matchup, baby.
Yeah, Washington's gonna get wrecked.
Pretty interesting.
New York. Thank you. Finally, New York can play against
a decent team.
Another decent team, and we can see some sparks. We're excited for this matchup. Washington can finally prove some of their mettle against a good team, show if they actually are going to be a top team. Overall, I think this is going to be a great match. New York is kind of screwed because of the hero bans, though. So
that's true.
That will really hurt them.
I still think Washington's going to lose this by at least a 3-1.
I want to know if I want to know if New York can play. I want to know if they're going to play Shield still with Orisa, or if they're going to play Dive. I would love to watch them play Dive.
I think they'll probably play Dive.
I just want to see what happens when they play Dive.
Because remember, season 1, that's all there really was. So, and because they haven't really changed that much to their players, I mean, they'll just go back to their roots. You know what I mean?
True. I mean, they have changed some core players though.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean.
It's different.
I think it'll be a good matchup either way.
I do too.
It's gonna be a great game.
I think it's actually gonna be pretty close because you've really crippled New York by taking away their bread and butter, and they've been playing that exact team comp for 3 years, so it's gonna hurt them. But I'm excited because I think they've got a lot of really good, talented players on both sides. So,
no, it's not going to be a good matchup though. Boston, Atlanta.
Oh, really? You don't think so?
I don't. I think Atlanta's going to win that one pretty easily.
I thought it was gonna be close.
You thought it was going to be close.
No.
You, the Atlanta
No.
fan.
I did not know.
Was so not convincing.
Oh man, it's gonna be really close. I'm really worried. I'm gonna give it 0.
Are you guys not supporting Boston in this game?
In this matchup, I'm not.
Hey, Nova.
I'm sorry. Hey, I thought they could beat Washington for sure. I think they could beat them. But against Atlanta, I don't think so, man.
I know you're having a hard time right now. If you need me to take you to the ER to get your head checked out, it's okay.
I'm not.
If you think
I'm
Boston's
perfectly
going to
fine.
win, you're gonna need some doctors. Lots of them.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
We went on a whole rant about Jerry.
We
Like-
did.
Yeah.
We did.
And Jerry's about to get a body bag, so
He's gonna get Tom.
He's gonna get no.
He's gonna
I
get
don't
Tom.
think they're gonna have. I mean, it's gonna be a great match. I think it's gonna be a great match. I think Atlanta is a top.
What's
tier
happening
team.
here?
Let him do his little rant thing. I don't care because I get to talk. Keep on pretending. But
So bad at
Boston,
pretending.
they're right now 9th. I know the rankings are right now are screwed up, but I still think Boston has potential. I know we've been talking about them being kind of like mid, bottomish team, but I think that they're actually going to do phenomenal this week. I don't know why. Boston, I just think they're going to do good. And you know why?
Why?
Jared.
Hold on. Here it
Jared.
is.
And then adding Halo, another additional support, a great support.
I can't wait to see what Halo's gonna do. Are they gonna start him this week? Do you think, or are they gonna wait till at least like next week?
They're gonna probably play him this week because they did talk about how they're gonna try to switch him with Swimmer, and we know Swimmer is
pretty good.
what I said, 24th in healing overall in the whole league. So I mean, if you have Swimmer who's 24th and you're switching him out with someone else who just added to the team, I would imagine that he's pretty good.
Just
So-
hope they don't do the thing that Houston did and switch out Ruckus and Repel like every match. Just hope they
Oh,
don't
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
hopefully not.
God,
Guys,
so
I just
bad.
got breaking news here.
Go ahead, break
They
it.
just told me I'm allowed to just post this out loud. Atlanta went ahead and bought 6 body bags for Boston. They're tailor fitted. Well, that's really nice of you guys. Wow.
Who is your source?
You don't want to know.
I kind of do now because you have me
might buy you
intrigued.
a body bag too.
I'm
I gave
down.
you my source's phone number once.
Okay,
Really?
I'm still alive.
He said 3-0. And
3-0?
Jared after the game. He retires.
Rio.
Jerry retires. You heard it here, guys. The end of Jerry is nigh.
It's so embarrassing.
No. Listen here. 3-0, that is highly disrespectful.
Highly.
Yes,
Better.
I meant it to
Highly
be. If I could have given them 4-0, I would have.
Are you telling me
Can I give them
Atlanta is
8-0?
this? You think Atlanta is this good
Yes.
to go up against Boston?
I
And
think Boston
3-0?
is miserable. Yes.
Dang. Dang.
I can name a way more miserable team.
So can I.
Please don't. Please
You
don't.
Going ahead. You
God.
want to say it all at the same time?
No, let's not
Yeah,
do it.
let's
Don't
do it.
Let's
3,
do it.
2, 1. Houston!
Dallas.
Oh my god!
What?
I heard Houston.
I'm pretty sure I agree with
I
that.
heard Houston.
I heard Dallas. Sorry.
Pretty sure Houston is the worst team.
Well,
I do
actually,
not think
speaking of
Boston-
Dallas, they're like in 19th. They lost what, one game?
Only one.
They're at the bottom of the entire ranking right now.
They're not Houston is.
No, Dallas is because Houston has a win, so
Well, I'm
they're
not
actually
gonna-
like right over there with Boston,
Yeah, but Dallas has only played top 5 teams.
and they're still at the bottom of the rankings for the Overwatch League, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
those
gonna
rankings
admit,
are dumb.
everyone has not played the same amount of games. I'm just gonna say it right
Or
now.
the
It's
same
kind
level
of
opponents.
This is true.
it's kind of wonky right now. I probably shouldn't be talking about rankings because they're
You
not
brought
fair
this
at the
up. I just
moment.
gotta delve into that at first.
But Atlanta 3-0 and Boston, highly disrespectful.
How do you think it's gonna end up then?
I'm sorry. I
Um,
make it better.
I won't say 3-2. I think it's gonna be a good game.
I'll make it
I
better.
respect Atlanta.
I'll make
But
it better. I'm sorry.
I think Boston's gonna come out this week.
I don't want to disrespect your boys like that. It's gonna be a 4-0.
No.
It's
Wow.
not
5-0?
possible. 8-0.
Okay, look.
100-0.
We
Okay.
can at least
You
we
know
can
what?
agree that this will be an interesting matchup. How about that?
No, it's not.
I said interesting. I
It
didn't say it was gonna be
is.
good.
I mean, I'm going to be very interested on Twitter while watching the game.
Oh my.
Talking
Hey.
about,
Oh my
If
Lanta.
Atlanta goes to a
Even-
game 5, or they lose a game,
baby.
don't cry when Nova ats you, bro.
If they win a game, I'm going to be very... Okay, let's be real. All jokes aside, they could win a game.
Okay, that's better.
3-1.
Realism.
But it's not... There's no way it's a 3-2. And if it is, it's because Atlanta's just joking around. Like,
You
I'm
think they're
sorry,
playing
they're
with
just
them?
not... No, I just think they won't take them very seriously. That's my biggest concern. Listen,
Fair.
there's no disrespect against Boston. I really do think y'all have some really good pieces, and I think y'all are ranked way too low because I have them second to bottom. I think they could move up like 5. I really do. I think they could move up like to mid-tier, higher mid-tier. I think they have the players to do it. I don't think they are currently there. I think in like 2-3 weeks they could be. I think they have the pieces to do it. I don't think they've done it yet.
Zeus, I'm done.
Okay.
Listen, that's a
I
really
don't talk
good.
this man.
Listen, it's a really good statement piece if they could take 2 games off.
If they can take 2 games off of Atlanta, that just proves that they're pulling a London right now and just rewriting everything that we know for their season. Because London has just been on a win streak, man. They're just killing.
Indeed.
And I thought they were going to be bottom tier. So we'll just kind of see how this week
I
plays out.
think your ranking, I would like to see your ranking, but flip-flopped. That actually might be the way the Overwatch
When the
is currently
season
ranked.
started, London, in my opinion, was bottom tier. I have moved him up
Worst?
since.
I did.
Yes, they
Who's
were
the
the
worst
worst team when this season started. But since then, since the season started, my rankings have changed.
So you had London the worst team and Houston number 7.
At the start of the season.
Seems like...
You know what? Anyways, look, I'm not.
Yeah,
we're not
I
going to go
told
into
you
this.
to cut JT off already.
Yeah.
Why would you let me speak more?
I
Exactly.
sometimes value
Because
your
I'm an
opinion.
old man and I need to go drink some cranberry juice and take a nap.
This is,
Hurry up,
this is
is-
a statement. Anyways,
Yeah.
we'll just have to kind of see how the rest of this is going to play out. This week's going to be interesting nonetheless with all these matchups happening. But that's going to wrap it up here. Okay? JT. And here he goes with his.
Yeah,
rest of the
fan.
hurry up before he gets off.
Guys,
Okay, anyways,
I
I'm Captain
appreciate-
Zeus, followed by JT Novaburst, and
please
we will
ring the
see you
bell.
guys in the next video. See ya.